Hey, what's up guys? It's Chor from Teasers Books and welcome to the start of my Magical Readathon vlog. If you want to know what I'm reading this month, I will link my OWLs Magical Readathon TBR up above and down below so that you can find it and find out what I'm going to be reading or attempting to read this month. The first book that I'm currently reading and have gotten about 35% of the way through is A Formula for a Perfect Life by Christy Hayes. This book actually came out on the 30th, so yesterday, or literally 20 minutes ago. So far, this book is about a girl and a guy who have a one-night stand and then find out that the girl is pregnant, and basically them deciding what they're going to do and how they're going to handle the repercussions of the situation that they're both put in, and if they're going to raise the kid together, what this means in terms of having a relationship. Their parents get involved and things get kind of messy. It is actually really good so far. The writing is not fantastic, but I am enjoying the story, and it's also told from dual points of view, which I'm really enjoying because normally for these kind of stories we only end up seeing the woman's perspective, and it's nice seeing the man's. So I am enjoying this so far, and I'm hoping that I can get a decent chunk of the way through it tonight. Hey guys, so I'm now about 55 or 60% of the way through A Formula for a Perfect Life. I actually got a lot of reading done last night and I read a bit this morning. I just got off a FaceTime call with some of my friends from school, which was super nice to catch up and see them. And I've also been helping my mom clean up the basement, so that's been taking up the majority of my day. I'm thinking I'm going to try to finish this book tonight because if I could get a book done the first day, that would be fantastic. So I will let you guys know. I'm actually really enjoying it so far. It's not exactly what I expected. It's very focused on faith, which I wasn't going into preparing to have that kind of discussion, and I'm not very connected with that kind of stuff. So it's been a little strange for me, but I don't mind reading about it. I just don't personally connect with it myself, but I am really enjoying the story so far, and I think that the romance is going to be really cute, which is exactly what I need right now. I definitely need some kind of cute pick-me-up story. Yes, I am enjoying it so far, and I will update you guys later. Hey guys, so it's now April 3rd, and I actually managed to finish my first book for the Magical Readathon. It was A Formula for a Perfect Life. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I did. However, I do see a few flaws with the novel, which is not necessarily an issue. It's just something I wasn't prepared for, was that it was really Christian heavy, which is not necessarily a problem, but just something that I wasn't really prepared for, and therefore couldn't connect as much with the characters because, I mean, some of their motives were very religious based. So that's just something, if you're interested in reading the book, to be aware of, that is heavily played into with it throughout the entire story. The other one is less specific to my opinion, but mostly just something that I noticed was that it was very repetitive throughout the entire story. Either time either of the main characters had a problem, they would go and talk to their friend who would give them really good advice that was not very consistent to what a 21-year-old would get from their friends, and then that advice would end up solving all their problems, and then they would go back to the other person, share all their feelings, and then start all over again, and that would just keep happening and happening. Every time they hit a road bump, they would have to go and talk to someone and get advice from them before they could continue on with the story and continue on sharing things with each other. While I understand it's important to go to other people for advice and use other people when you're in a sticky situation, I found that it was different problems, but it just kept getting solved the same way, and it was very repetitive. Other than that, though, I thought it was pretty good. It was really easy to read, and I really did enjoy the romance. And if you're looking for a new adult romance that does not have sexual content in it, I would highly recommend this book because there was nothing other than romance in it, which was great. So overall, I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars, and I would recommend it to specific people, but it's not an all-time favorite for me or anything like that. So that book completed the challenge for Muggle Studies, and I've decided that I'm going to stick with becoming an Auror, and I'm also going to work on getting my train conductor certificate, and one of the ones that you need for that is Muggle Studies, so I'm already on my way. I'm also currently reading Chain of Gold. I was already about 200 pages into the novel when the readathon started, but since the book is so big, I figured it was fine, and I am about 300 pages in now, so I'm making some progress, but not as much as I would like to, because I would like to finish 2 books a week before my grad program starts in order to reach all of the goals that I need to become an Auror and get my train conductor class. We will see how that goes. And I'm also currently listening to Sadie on audiobook, and I'm about 3 hours into that, so I think I still have about 5 hours left. It's okay so far. I'm not super gripped with the story, but I do really like the audiobook format, so if you are considering reading this book, I highly suggest the audiobook. Other than that, not much to update. I've just been helping my parents clean the entire basement, which has been very busy, and therefore I haven't had a lot of downtime, but I'm hoping that I can read a little bit today after we do a bit of cleaning, so I will update you guys later. It is Monday, April 6th. I have spent the day reading. I also uploaded my OWLs TBR, so if you haven't watched that and you want to know my actual reading plans, you can check that out up above. But my room is a disaster, so I figured that I would listen to some of my audiobook Sadie and tried to clean up my room before dinner. Also spent the day reading Chain of Gold, and I got about 60 pages read of that, and I am very much enjoying it so far. I keep having to check what day it is because I'm not actually doing anything right now, so I just keep forgetting what day it is. But it is currently April 8th, and I have been slowly working my way through Archangel. Chain of Gold. I'm slowly working my way through Chain of Gold. I'm very much enjoying it right now. I just did an update for my Chain of Gold reading vlog, so I'm not going to say too much about my overall thoughts about this, but I am 360 pages into this and I am enjoying it, and I'm hoping I can continue reading and finish this either today or tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is currently April 9th, I'm pretty sure. I'm losing track of the days. I am so out of it. I just kind of go through the motions basically at this point, but I managed to finish 2 books yesterday, which is super exciting. I managed to finish Sadie and More Than Meets the Ink / Bad Boy. I didn't realize when I got my copy of Bad Boy that it wasn't actually the full book, which is super frustrating because I thought that it was just a super short novella, and it turns out that there's still like 2 other parts to the story that I have to go and purchase. What I read of the story so far wasn't that good, so I'm not going to continue. I really didn't like the story. I thought that it was going to be like more of a romance, and it was honestly just about like sexually explicit content, and I was not here for that. Main character was super frustrating. She instantly typecast the main love interest, and while I understand that that's kind of the point of the story, that she thinks that he's a typical bad boy and in reality he is more than that, is fine, but she just continuously brought it up about how like, oh well, stereotypically you probably don't even have a job and blah blah blah, and like just berating him and knocking him down when she didn't even know him. And I thought that it was really rude and didn't really paint a very good picture, and I don't know, I just really didn't appreciate it, and it just made me upset. So I finished the book, I gave it 1 star, and I'm not going to continue because I thought I was reading the whole book and apparently I wasn't, and that's super frustrating. Why put the book up into 3 parts and not tell me that before I start it? I just don't understand. In terms of Sadie, I actually really enjoyed that book. I ended up listening to it on audio, and I was playing with my Switch while I was listening to it, so it worked really well. I loved it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The story was super intriguing, and the ending was very fitting with the rest of the novel, so I was happy about that. And I really loved the audiobook, so if you're considering reading this at all, I highly recommend the audiobook because it was fantastic. Other than that, I actually managed to also read about 50 or so pages of Chain of Gold. I am also really enjoying that so far. I don't know if I said this earlier, but I'm not going to go super in depth because I am doing a separate reading vlog for Chain of Gold. I have about 200 pages left, and some relationships have started to develop. It's getting a little steamy, so I appreciate. That's about it for my update. I think today the plan is to continue reading Chain of Gold. Oh, I also started a new audiobook. I just got a lot of reading done yesterday, so that was great. I started Love Boat Taipei because I realized that Scribd has an audiobook for it, which is great. I am not currently paying for Scribd. It is the 1-month free trial they're giving worldwide to everybody during the pandemic. That's how I listened to Sadie, and now I'm listening to Love Boat Taipei. I'm only about 15 pages in so far, but I am liking the narration, so I'm hoping that I can listen to that each day while I play with my Switch, because gotta check that Animal Crossing. It's a necessary thing during this situation. It calms me down because it's just so relaxing to sit there and just check on my little island. It's great. Anyway, so I'm going to go and start my day. I slept in a bit later than I wanted to, but that's okay. And I'm going to hopefully get some reading done, so I'll update you guys later. Okay, so I just wanted to give everyone a final update as to what I've read so far for the OWLs Magical Readathon. I've managed to finish 3 books so far for the Magical Readathon. Those books are A Formula for a Perfect Life, which I gave 3 stars, More Than Meets the Ink / Bad Boys, which I gave 1 star, and Sadie, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I also managed to get 433 pages through Chain of Gold, so I'm almost done this book. I didn't really manage to read a lot yesterday. I spent the whole day baking with my mom, and it was fantastic. We made so many cookies and Rice Krispie squares, and it really calmed me down, so I was happy I was able to do that. That's gonna be it for the readathon so far. I'm hoping I can vlog all of the next few weeks as well and put that into another vlog. Let me know what you guys thought of this vlog, if I should include more of like day-to-day stuff, or do you prefer more of just like updates about my actual reading? Let me know. I would love to hear your opinions because you guys are the ones watching this. Other than that, make sure to subscribe if you want to see new videos. I'm hoping to get a few more up this month because I have lots of time, clearly. And I am also hoping that next week I can finish the rest of my books to become an order and maybe even put in some more books to read, because that would be fantastic. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on my Twitter and my Instagram. I'll have both of them down below. Thanks so much for watching and keep on reading, guys. Bye!